Hello and welcome along to Edge Animate with your host Robert Smith. In this part 2 of creating an automatic slideshow, we're going to add a little bit of finesse to it. So let's see what we've got so far. Let's preview it in a browser like this. Okay, we've got this great slideshow. Does its thing and then stops. Okay, we want to have a bit more control over the timeline. What we could do, of course, is select all the layers by selecting the bottom layer and holding the shift key down, and I could drag all of these out like this, but make my timeline really long. But that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is use something called triggers. Now, triggers are, if you're a Flash developer, it's the same as ActionScript, using JavaScript to do the same thing. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, I might zoom out of my timeline a bit, like this. We want to go to 1 second, like that. And here we want to put in a trigger. Now, to put in a trigger here on the stage, I'm going to click on this little insert trigger thing like that. And up comes this dialog box. Now this is a bit scary, insert code here. Okay, luckily we've got all these preset things happening down here. But for this situation, what we want to do is use something called a timer. And I just happen to have one of those over here in a text edit. Now, if you look at that, it's all a little bit scary, isn't it? So what we're going to do is we're simply going to select it all, Command C, like that, go back to Animate, and I'm just simply going to paste that code in. Now, we don't really need to know what it means. It simply means that when the playback head gets to that frame, it's going to read this script and it's going to wait 3 seconds and then it's going to continue. Okay, so if you want to change that number, you can change it here. If you want to last 5 seconds, you type in 5,000. Well, let's make it 2 seconds. So I'm just going to select that 3 and make it 2,000 or 2 seconds. They're what's called milliseconds. Okay, once we've done that, let's just close that window, and we'll see we have a little trigger thing here. So let's play that. Now, if I play that inside Edge Animate, it won't work. For those JavaScripts to be initiated, they need to be played in a browser. So let's preview that in the browser and see what happens. Okay, it stays there for 2 seconds, and then the rest come on and do their thing because they've got no triggers involved. So I'll just shut that down. So all we need to do now is copy that trigger by selecting it, by clicking on it like that, moving our playback head to, if you hold the shift key down, it'll snap to the next keyframe like that, to there, and Apple V to paste it in. Let's copy that again. So let's go down here and copy like that, playback head there, and Apple V to paste. And I'll do the same thing here. Apple V to paste it again, and here Apple V to paste, and one more time Apple V to paste. I'll select that again and copy it, Command C. There it is. Okay, great. Now let's watch that in the browser. Again, we have to do it in the browser because it won't work on the timeline. Okay, slide 1, 2 seconds, slide 2, 2 seconds, slide 3, 2 seconds. Great. That's exactly what we want. Okay, now it goes back to the start and plays all over again. Look at that. Look at the magic of that. And the beauty of this is, of course, that you don't have to extend your timeline. You can just change a number if you want things to last a bit longer, for example. I'm just going to go into this one here. I'm going to go and change that to, say, 4 seconds, like that, and click here like this. Shame you have to do in each one of them like that, so I'll go and make that 4 seconds. So as you can see, you can change the time. So let's watch that inside a browser. There we go. That's going to stay for 4 seconds this time, as is this one. And the next slide will be for 2 seconds, because we haven't changed the code. So as you can see, you have a great amount of control over how long a slide is on. You might have, for example, have a folio where you have quite a complicated piece where you want the people to look at it for a while, and so you'd give it a few more seconds, etc. And if it's something that's really obvious, you might have less and it's a great thing. So let's just close that window down. That's all there is to it. Cutting and pasting a bit of code, a bit of JavaScript, and adding a few triggers turns this into an automatic slideshow. Okay, thanks for watching.